traders, it's another trading session of Power3 with the Outer Trader. I'm bringing you again with another new series, and it's amazing. Kindly click the subscribe button and the notification button as we grow this community. So today I'm trading the Power3 GBPUSD, having a bearish bias. Same thing with the Euro USD. As you know that I'm focusing mainly on this asset class, and so today I'm having a bearish bias. As you know, Power3, we have your accumulation, you have your manipulation and your expansion and your distribution phase. So now I want to just make a brief commentary analysis on this trade. And this trade is still running at the moment. It's a trade that is still running, and so how I executed this trade is mainly on accumulation. As you know, during the accumulation phase we don't do anything. During the accumulation phase we sit back, we don't do anything because it is not our time of trading during the accumulation phase. As you all know that we have our time of trading, and with our time of trading we operate with what we call time in theory, where we focus on kill zones. We are only focusing to take trades during the London session and the New York session. Out of that zone we don't do anything. Out of that time zone we don't do anything. So during the Asian session there's an accumulation phase. Of course, there are people that are trading this Asian session, those who are trading the yen, and the Aussie do move on the Asian session, those asset class, and there are people who are trading those asset class during the Asian session. But us who are operating during the London and the New York kill zone, we then wait for our time. Because patience, it pays in this career. If you don't have patience, you really have to develop yourself. You have to develop yourself. If you are not patient enough, you have to really work on your patience. So as we know that we have our accumulation phase, that institutions, they accumulate orders during the Asian session, and there will be stop losses that are building on the high of the Asian and on the low of the Asian, because of people who are taking trades within the Asian range. And during the London session we are anticipating for price to come out of the accumulation phase and take a manipulation move or a manipulation stance, and price is seeking something in this regard, because we are having a bearish bias. So price is seeking something on the upside during the manipulation phase. It is seeking a previous daily high, or it is seeking an area of an order block or a fair value gap. In this regard, my trades were framed on the previous daily high. As you can see, this previous daily high. So you can put an alert. You can just put an alert on the previous daily high, so that when price is on that level, you will get a notification on alert that price is there. Then you can come and to your trading station and execute your trade. So as you can see, London kill zone opening, rally up, previous daily high. I executed the trade. Boom, expansion commence. The previous daily high, an area where institutions want to take their trades. that's where you also want to execute the trades. Of course, you might want to wait for signals, depending on what type of signal that you want to use to confirm whether you want to enter the trade. But when price it is at a level where you have planned to execute the trade, you have to execute the trade right there. In this regard, for a signal, I use the pin bar or an engulfing candle. Those are the only signals that I use to take the trade. And here I saw the pin bar printing out this bearish pin bar, and I took the trade. You can see that now we are on a expansion phase, and with the expansion phase, we are targeting the previous daily low, 20 pips, on the previous daily low. Of course, if you want to hold further, you can hold further. It's up to you, but you will be scaling out as the trade progress. For example, now the trade has moved. It has moved now, and because the trade is in this level, if I want to take half of my trade out, I can take half of the trade out. And if I want to still hold for for the draw on liquidity, which is the previous daily low, I can still hold. It's really up to you. But as for me, now I want to allow the trade to run and give it a room and allow it to play out. So this is power tree, accumulation, manipulation, and expansion. Of course, as I told you that there are things that I look for on the higher time frame before I decide into what on my bias. Many people ask me, how do you establish a bias? I look into the higher time frames. As you can see, this is an order block here. There's a bearish order block. Price hit that bearish order block, and it prints what? It prints a pin bar. It is rejected on this level, on this order block. And what am I anticipating? I'm anticipating a bearish move to the downside, maybe to this order block, right here. So that's how I have established the bias of. And as you can see, my entry, I enter above the opening because I want to capture the range of the day. So it's the same thing that you want to be doing when you are looking into power tree. So, and it's the same thing here. You can see opening, manipulation to the upside towards this other block, and expansion and distribution. So let's look into the Euro USD. As I've said, accumulation, manipulation to the upside, taking out this previous daily high. I was anticipating for price to come here, but it didn't come here. As I see the signal, see this pin bar swing high, and and then an expansion to the downside after the manipulation. Expansion to the downside. Or am I targeting? At least I'm targeting for price to come and take out this low. So and as you can see, I put an alert when price was here. I just got an alert that price is trading at this particular level. Plus, okay. So you have your expansion to the downside. After the manipulation, then there's an expansion to the downside. And during the expansion, price is targeting, something, a draw on liquidity. And in this regard, we have this low here. I'll be using this low as my draw on liquidity. This time I won't be targeting this previously low, but I'm anticipating a further expansion to the downside towards this low. So yeah, this is poetry, and it's evident. It is poetry. It's evident. Let us see how price unfold during the New York session. So this is the London kill zone. London kill zone. London kill zone establishes the high of the day. It establishes the high of the day. That's what it is happening. And I told you before that this market engineered smart man is doing something, and when you study the charts you are able to see what smart man is doing. If you do these things consistently and repeatedly, you end up understanding and able to see these things as when they unfold. It only takes just 2 minutes for you to see what is really happening, and from there you can then start planning your trades. So poetry, evident, and it's amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. We're already on break even, so the trades now are just risk free trades, and yeah, they are running. It's happening. It's happening. Let us see how it plays out. Let us see how it plays out. It is the same thing with the Euro USD. It is the same thing. The trade is framed on higher time frame. Framed on higher time frame. See this other block right here? This other block right here. So that is where this trade is framed on. And I'm anticipating for price to come to this other block. Yeah. This other block right here. Yeah. This is where I'm really anticipating for price to come, to be drawn into this level. Yeah. However, I'm gonna take my profit here and allow the rest of the trade to run. So with power 3, you can really you can even take short-term trade using the same entry method. You see, you can take short-term trade using the same entry method, and yeah, this is how you look into take this trade using power 3. It is evident. It is evident. It's evident. Hope you guys are understanding now how we trade, this concept. And I saw some of you sending me screenshots of your trades on Telegram, and yeah, it's so great what you guys are doing, and so great how some of you are so committed into in your work and into your trading. It's really amazing. It's really amazing, and I'm pleased to have contributed positively in your trading journey. Yeah. Power 3: accumulation, manipulation, expansion, and distribution. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Trade update. So yeah, as you can see, it almost hit the TP1. I told you that I'm targeting this area here for institution to attack this sell stops. Let me open it a bit and see. So yeah, so I'm targeting this low. This is the low that we are targeting. This is the low that we are targeting. Try to trail the stop loss. So when the New York session open, you might see a minor pullback towards maybe this other block here, and then a continuation to the downside. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what I'm anticipating. So accumulation, manipulation, take the trade, expansion to the downside, power trade evident. So yeah, so let's see what is happening now. Let's see what is happening. So there are news today on on the GBP. So I'm very conscious in terms of how I manage the trade. I want to take out half of the trade. I want to scale out half of the trade. Yeah, just like that, so that I can let the rest run. At least if I've scaled out half of the trade is out now, then the rest can run, and yeah, can open it a bit and just give it a room to run. Give it a room to run, because I'm anticipating a continual expansion to the downside, on the New York session. I don't know if there's gonna be a pullback, perhaps to take out this high here and maintain the trend being maintained by this other block. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I'm really anticipating, to see a further move to the downside. So yeah, see what's happening this side. You can see we are up 60 people up. Close this trade here, close just one trade here, and just trade my stop. Trade my stop here. Yeah, so we're still on expansion, just waiting for the New York session. Probably institutions will use this order block here. If there's gonna be a pullback, they will use this order block and to place the trades, expanding price further to the downside, targeting where? Targeting this sell side liquidity. See this right here. This is where we're targeting. This is where institutions are attacking. They are attacking this level, because the people who bought here, when there was a distribution, they also bought here, anticipating a rally. They placed their stops just below this low. How do we know that? We know that there are people who bought here because price rallied. So yeah, let's keep holding, see how it plays out. But overall, really, we're okay. Expansion phase, waiting for the New York session. The fundamentals there that are coming, on the New York session. Yeah, the fundamentals that are coming. But I'm really anticipating for a further move to the downside. Again, we are on the New York session, and yeah, uh, I'll be I'll be closing now. You know, I'll be closing this trade because we just hit the target. We just hit the target. So I'm thinking that they will now maybe put price up to take out this London high. So I'm just gonna close this trade. Part three, as you can see, that's evident. And yeah. So I'll be coming out of this trade now. Yes. So it is done now. Just close the trade, and yeah, I hope that this series will impact your trading career. I wish you all the best. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. I am signing out.